Welcome back everyone to another video of World of Warship Legends, and today we have a brand new campaign starting. We have two new ship lines. We have a lot going on in the game, but I wanted to take time today to start a new series, and it's talking about the weekly Havoc missions and doing them as efficiently as possible. I know some captains don't have as much time as I might have, so I want to kind of give a cheat guide of what ships will help you and what practices will help you get through the missions quick enough. That way you can get back to playing some of the ships you may want to play differently rather than the ones required by the campaign. But right off the back here, weekly Havoc missions. This week, like every week, we have to get through the endurance trials first. And the endurance trials this week are earn 3,000 XP, earn 3,000 credits, 2,500 base XP, 350 global XP, and then finally 5,000 commander XP. Now, in the background, we just have some random gameplay of lightning. As we move on, I'll switch the gameplay to kind of match what ships we'll be looking at. They'll help us best get these missions. But for these first 5 missions, or stages rather, I'm not going to talk about specific ships because XP is going to be greatly reliant on the captain's preferred class that they play and tier. Now this does need to be done in tiers 4 through 7. And so right off the bat, 3,000 XP. For me, I'm taking out a T6 or tier 7 ship, and the easiest way, get an epic ship XP booster and you'll be able to knock this out in one game. As long as it's a win, you'll get it knocked out and move on to the next one. For the 3,000 credits, I'm going with my favorite Tier 6 Premium. If you don't have a Tier 6 Premium, your best credit earner is going to be Tier 5 Tech Tree Ship. But pull out one of those, put on an epic credits booster, and you should be able to knock out 300,000 credits in one game. Again, hoping that it's a win. The goal is to just get 5 wins in a row here. Has to be standard matches. If you go through the AI matches, you won't get nearly as much payout on this. Step 3, 2,500 base XP. This one's a little bit trickier, so the boosters won't apply here. So what you're going to do, pull out a high tier ship that you haven't played yet today. Go out, get a win. If you're a destroyer, take caps, get defense, make sure that you're going for the objectives, not kills, and you should be able to knock out that 2,500 base XP in one game. Global XP, easy enough. Throw on a global XP epic booster. You should be able to knock that out. If you want to get insurance, you can also throw on a epic regular XP booster, and that will help you get there a little quicker. And then finally, 5,000 commander XP. Play a tier 5 to tier 7 best class that you are comfortable with. Put an epic commander XP booster on it, and you should be able to knock that out in a single game. But now the real key part I wanted to talk about. The shakedown trials have the potential to take much longer than the endurance trials, but I wanted to break it down, give you a premium and tech tree ship at each tier, tier 7, 6, and 5, and 4, sorry, the shakedowns do allow tier 4s, and give you an idea of what ships will help you get there the most quickly. So the first one, shakedown number 1, is 300 main battery hits. Shakedown number 2 is receive 7,000 potential, or 7 million rather, potential damage, and shakedown number 3 is 25 fire started. Now you can do this across multiple matches, but my goal is going to be to at least knock down the first and third goal, so 300 main battery hits and 25 fires in one match. Now this is highly dependent on matchmaking, but here are the ships that I think are best going to help you get there quickly. So for tier 7. It's going to be Tech Tree Cleveland. The premium version I would go with would be Kutuzov. For tier 6, Tech Tree is going to be Helena, and the premium is going to be Belfast. Tier 5, Tech Tree of Dallas, premium of DeGrasse. And then tier 4, it's going to be Tech Tree of Omaha, and the premium of Marblehead. Now you can see I went US heavy. The light cruisers, their reload time, their fire chance, it's too good to pass up. It's absolutely phenomenal. But as you can see in the video we've had here, the Kutuzov can absolutely burn people down, and it has the added benefit of having a spoke screen, so you can really protect yourself a little bit easier. And you can see what we're 4 minutes into the battle, and we already have 100 main battery hits. So that's why I think it is probably the best ship to go for both Shakedown 1 and Shakedown 2. Or 3, rather. Now, Shakedown 2 receives 7 million potential damage. There's no way that the game actually tracks this to let you know throughout the game or multiple games that how much potential damage you've attracted. So this one, I was a little split, but I went with the most tried and true, which is to go with a tanking battleship. So for Tier 7, Tech Tree, Vlad, Premium would be the Lenin. Now, you could very easily convince me to go Bismarck and Tirpitz on this list with survivability builds. That could also be a huge win. For Tier 6, Sinop and Nelson. The Nelson has such huge heal, so it can sit there and tank damage all day. As long as you're not taking big Citadel hits, it is a great option. Tier 5, Bayern for the Tech Tree, California for the Premium, and then finally Tier 4, Koenig for the Tech Tree, and Texas as the Premium ship. Now, in addition to the weekly Havocs that we have, Wargaming also gave us Heroic Effort mission. Now, what this does is it takes the total of 1 week off the campaign length. So instead of 5, you can get the ship in 4. Now, there are 4 missions in the Heroic, and the Heroic Effort, the first one is earn a Kraken medal. That's if you're doing it in the Tier 5 to Tier 7 ships. If you're going the Legendary route, you have to get 2 Kragans. The second Heroic Effort mission is hit the Citadel of ships 7 times. You can either do that in a Legendary or in a Tier 5, 6, or 7 ship. Again, this has to be done in 1 game. The third Heroic Effort mission is 200 main battery hits in 1 game. And then the fourth mission is set 20 fires in a single match. Now, for these, I'm going to kind of break them up a little differently. For the Kraken medals, pick the ship that you're best at getting kills at and go out in it. If it's Legendary tier, that's fine, but just know you have to earn 2 of those medals rather than the 1 if you went with a Tier 5 through 7 ship. For the second mission, which is hit the Citadel of ships 7 times in a single match, I think there's a lot of different options in this one, but for Legendary tier, my pick is Alaska. A little bit quicker fire rate, and it has the ability to Citadel both cruisers and battleships. So having more targets on the field is certainly going to help. Tier 7, I went with a little unconventional pick on my Tech Tree side, and that's the Akizuki. If you get up and close to a cruiser in this ship, broadside, you can rip cruisers apart extremely quickly and absolutely tear through their armor. For the Premium, I went with Prince Eugen. The Eugen has extremely powerful guns, and the semi-quick fire rate will certainly help you get a high number of Citadels in a hurry. I will say, Tier 7 is probably not where I'd go to get this particular mission. I think Tier 5 is a sweet spot for the Citadel mission. But for Tier 6, I went with New Orleans as the Tech Tree, Indianapolis as the Premium, and then Tier 5, this is the ship I will be using, or ships, Pensacola for the Tech Tree and the Molotov for the Premium. Both of these ships have extremely powerful guns. It's absolutely way too easy to be Citadeling fellow cruisers, and in Pensacola you can even Citadel some battleships from the right angle. The last 2 missions, Heroic Effort 3, which was 200 main battery hits, and the fourth one, which was set 20 fires in a single match. I'm going to go back to pretty much the same list that I was using for the weekly Havocs, with the addition of the Legendary tier ships. So Legendary tier, if I'm combining both these missions together, I want to knock them out in the same game. I'm using the Khabarovsk or the Gearing. Both have a very good fire rate, good fire chance. Not as good at setting fires here. It's going to be extremely difficult to get 20 fires in these. But if you're going for the 200 main battery hits, those are definitely the ships to go with in Legendary tier. For the Tech Tree, I'm going Cleveland at Tier 7, Kutuzov for the Premium, Helena at Tier 6, Belfast for the Premium, and then Dallas at Tier 5, and DeGrasse as the Premium for Tier 5. And I believe at least the Tier 5 through 7, those are the ships you want to go for the 200 main battery hits and the 20 fires in a single game. if you were to ask me the 20 fires for Legendary tier, I would say Conqueror is the best ship. The ridiculously high fire chance on it would allow you to get up there and get that number of fires. But that's all we have for you today. Let me know what you guys think. Is this useful? Is it a waste of time to put out this type of video? Let me know in the comments down below. If this is your first time coming to the channel, consider hitting subscribe. We'll have a lot more videos at you shortly. Happy sailing, y'all.